Hi friends, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. In today's yoga class, we explore postures that strengthen and bring awareness to the sacral chakra. In terms of items, please bring 2 yoga blocks or 2 couch cushions or 2 thick books. An optional item that you can bring along is a blanket. Without further ado, let's get started. We begin our practice together on our backs. Lower down onto your forearms and then eventually onto your back. Take your time. Walk your feet in and then hug your knees in towards your chest. Place your hands on your kneecaps and sway from side to side. Feel your back body connect with the surface beneath you. Find stillness. Release your feet to the ground. Bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to fall open. Feel free to walk your heels further away from your body for more space, or if you would like a deeper stretch, walk your heels in. There's an option to place a yoga block under each outer thigh for support. If blocks are not available, you can use books or couch cushions. This is a lovely way to bring the earth up to meet you. Gently place your left hand just below your belly button and place your right hand on top of your left hand. I now invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Feel your belly expand on the inhale and then contract on your exhale. Deep cleansing breath in through your nose and then breathe out through your nose. I invite you to keep breathing with the intention of sending the breath to your hands. Today we explore the Sacral Chakra, which is the second chakra residing above the root chakra. This chakra is located between the pubic bone and the belly button, about 2 to 3 inches below the belly button, which is why our hands are resting there. This chakra includes both the pelvic region and the hips. The element is water. I invite you to visualize the movement of water. Perhaps you see waves crashing up onto the shore and then receding back. Kind of like the flow of our breath on each inhale and exhale. Inhale, water moves closer to the shore. Exhale, water moves away from the shore. Or perhaps you see water in a pond, trickling past small rocks and sticks. How can we be like water, both on and off of the mat? When the sacral chakra is balanced, we may experience joy, feel a sense of peace and calm, be able to connect with others, express creativity, be able to let things go, and so on. Kind of like water, freely moving past obstacles in its way. If this chakra is unbalanced, we may feel stuck, tense, lack energy and creativity. We may hold on to things that are not useful. I now invite you to visualize stagnant water that is not moving nor changing. Perhaps the water is being blocked by some structure preventing its flow. The sacral chakra is connected to our emotions. This is why the postures that we will be focusing on today are intended to bring awareness to both the hips and the pelvic region. We will get things flowing and moving, be like water, release unwanted emotions, and find what feels good for you. Finally, the sacral chakra is related to the color orange. As you breathe throughout our practice, you can imagine an orange ball of light light up where your hands are resting, sending breath down to this area of the body to nurture this place. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Open your eyes. Bring your fingertips to your outer thighs and close your legs. Hug your knees in, and then allow your knees to fall over to one side. Use your top hand to help you come up to a seat on your mat. Eventually, make your way to all fours. Place your yoga blocks off to the side, but keep them close by. You can also use a folded blanket to pad your knees or fold your yoga mat over a few times. When you are there, stack your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Let's warm up our spine with a few rounds of cat and cow. Breathe in, belly drops closer towards the ground, chest shines forward, chin reaches towards the sky. Breathe out to press into your fingertips as you round through your spine, dropping your chin towards your chest. Connect breath to action. As we breathe in, we find our cow pose. Breathe out to make your way to cat pose. Feel that lovely stretch in your upper back body. I now invite you to close your eyes. Let's do a few more rounds of cat-cow at your own pace. As you do this, I invite you to visualize the ebb and flow of water, constantly in motion. So you take it away. Beautiful. One more round. Find a neutral spine, tucking the tailbone under slightly to lengthen through the low back and reach the crown of your head forward. Look down at your mat. Let's explore this idea of fluidity with this next movement. Bump your hips to the right and turn to look past your left shoulder. Now bump your hips to the left and turn to look past your right shoulder. I invite you to keep this action going, moving at your own pace. Perhaps visualizing water meandering in a stream. A kind reminder to keep your breath flowing as you do this movement. Eventually, we slow it down and find stillness. Let's take a break off of our wrists in extended child's pose. Bring your big toes together, knees about as wide as the long edges of your yoga mat. Melt your sit bones towards your heels. Breathe in to come up onto your fingertips. Breathe out to find a gentle sway from side to side. Breathe in to find stillness, and breathe out to melt your upper body onto the earth. Feel free to make use of your yoga block here. You can place it under your forehead for more space. I invite you to find some gentle movement with your hips, moving them from side to side. This posture offers a lovely stretch to our hips. Perhaps while we are here, you imagine the orange ball of light glow as you breathe in and as you breathe out. We are here for a few more breath cycles. Breathe in, and on your breath out, press into your palms and then press up to all fours. Make your way back to a tabletop position with your knees under your hips and your shoulders above your wrists. Breathe in to hug your right knee in towards your chest, rounding through your spine. Bring your nose towards your knee. Breathe out to move your leg in the opposite direction, reaching the sole of your foot to the sky. Chin reaches towards the sky. Breathe in, hug your knee in, nose towards your knee. Breathe out to send the sole of your foot to the sky, look up. One more round, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in to hug your knee in towards your chest one last time. Breathe out to step your right foot through. Hands frame your right foot. Feel free to place yoga blocks or books under your hands for more support. You can also walk your left knee back a bit for a deeper stretch. The top of your left foot roots down into the earth. Your front knee is over your front ankle. Find a gentle rock here, forward and back. And then find stillness. Release your left palm to the earth or onto your block. On your next breath in, reach your right hand to the sky, finding a gentle spinal twist. Look up. Breathe out to release your right hand back to the earth. 2 more rounds, moving with your breath. Breathe in, right hand to the sky, look up. Breathe out to float your right hand back down to the earth. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Your right hand joins your left hand, and both hands are now in line with the arch of your right foot. If you were using a yoga block to support your right hand, move that block and place it under your right hand once again. Now begin to shimmy your right foot to the right edge of your mat. Toes point out, heel turns in slightly. Options here are you can curl your back toes under and lift your knee away from your mat. You can lower down onto your forearms for a deeper stretch. You can stay lifted if you would like. Find your lizard pose. I now invite you to find a gentle rock forward and back, keeping your body moving and your breath flowing, just like the flow of water. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower your back knee, uncurl your toes, begin to walk your right foot back to center. Right and left hand frames your foot once again. You can now remove your yoga blocks. Breathe in to look forward, and then breathe out to step your right foot back to join your left. Breathe in to hug your left knee in towards your chest, spine reaches towards the sky, nose towards your knee. Breathe out to move your leg in the opposite direction, reaching the sole of your left foot to the sky. Lift your gaze towards the sky. Breathe in, hug your knee in, nose towards your knee. Breathe out to send the sole of your foot to the sky. Look up. Breathe in, hug it all in, and then breathe out. Breathe in to hug your knee in towards your chest once again, and then breathe out to step your left foot through. Hands frame your left foot. There's an option to make use of your yoga blocks here for support. Feel free to walk your right knee back for a deeper stretch, especially in your right hip flexor. Ground down through your back foot. Your front knee is over your front ankle. I now invite you to find a gentle rock forward and back. Find stillness. Release your right palm to the earth. On your next breath in, reach your left hand to the sky, finding a gentle opening in the chest and a lovely spinal twist. Look up. Breathe out to release your left hand back to the earth. 2 more rounds, moving with your breath. Breathe in, left hand to the sky. Breathe out to float your left hand back down to the earth. Breathe in, look up, and then breathe out. Your left hand joins your right hand, so both hands are on the same side and are in line with the arch of your left foot. Feel free to make use of your yoga blocks for this posture. Begin to walk your left foot to the left edge of your mat. Toes point out and your heel turns in slightly. choose an option that works best for you here. You can curl your back toes under and lift your knee off of the mat. You can remain on your palms or come on down to your forearms. And whenever you feel ready, you can find your gentle rock forward and back. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Begin to walk your left foot back to center. Right and left hand frame your foot once again. Breathe in to look forward. Breathe out to step your left foot back to join your right foot. If you were using yoga blocks, place them off to the side, but have them close by. Now walk your hands to the long edges of your mat, curl your toes under, and lift both knees away from the mat. Hover here for a moment. Breathe in, and then breathe out to send your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Right away, I invite you to find some movement here. This could be pedaling your feet, dropping one heel towards the earth at a time. This could be playing around with bending your knees and then straightening through your legs. This could be rocking your feet from side to side, coming onto the outer edge of your right foot and the inner arch of your left foot, and then taking it over to the other side. Find some fluid movement here for a few breath cycles. Eventually, we find stillness. Anchor through your left heel. On your next breath in, sweep your right foot to the sky. Exhale to bend your knee. Draw your right toes over to the left side to open up through your right hip, and breathe here. Breathe in. Breathe out to lower your right foot back to the earth. Anchor through your right foot. Breathe in to send your left foot to the sky. Breathe out to bend at your knee. Draw your left toes towards the right side to receive a lovely opening in your hip. Press into all that is touching the earth for stability and keep that breath flowing, my friend. Breathe in. Breathe out to release your left foot back to the earth. Come up onto your tiptoes, roll through your spine, making your way to a high plank with your wrists stacked under your shoulders. Begin to roll through your spine once again, making your way back to a downward facing dog. Breathe in to make your way back to a high plank, nice and slow. And then breathe out to a downward facing dog. I invite you to keep this action going. Once again, I invite you to visualize the flow of water. Perhaps you close your eyes to encourage you to go inward. Consider how water moves. Perhaps you repeat the mantra, I go with the flow. One more round. We meet back in a downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out to tiptoe your way to the top edge of your mat. We meet in a forward fold, feet under your hips, bend your knees. Allow your head and neck to soften here, perhaps shaking your head yes, and then no. Eventually, we find stillness. Breathe in, and then breathe out to slowly roll up through your spine. I invite you to close your eyes as you do this, to really feel the sensations flowing throughout your body. The crown of your head reaches towards the sky. Stand tall on your mat with your arms at your sides, rolling your shoulders back. Breathe in through your nose And then a cleansing breath out through your mouth. Open your eyes. Find a small bend in your knees. Let's draw some circles with our arms, reaching our hands forward, up, back, and around. Slow and controlled movements, doing our very best to keep the rest of our body still, to really feel the movement taking place in the shoulder joint. Perhaps imagine that you are swimming in an ocean or in a pool as you do this action. Now take your circles in the opposite direction. Wonderful. Bring your hands to heart in prayer position. Shift your weight to your left foot. Lift your right foot away from the earth, bending at your knee. Your right knee is at hip level. There's an option to stay here, or you can play around with straightening through your right leg. Then send either your knee or the sole of your foot off to the side. Then send the sole of your foot back. Squeeze your glute muscles. Then make your way back to starting position with your knee bent. Let's do 2 more rounds. Feel free to use a wall or a chair for support. The sole of your foot reaches forward, and now to the side, back and behind, and then to the starting position. Forward, to the side, back, starting position. Lower your right foot back to the earth. Shift your weight over to your right foot as you lift your left foot away from your mat. Choose an option that works best for you here. Either keep your knee bent, or you can straighten through your left leg, and then move your leg off to the side, then back and behind, sole of your foot reaching, and then back to start, bending at your knee. As we do this action for 2 more rounds, turn your attention to the movement that is taking place in your left hip socket. All right, straighten through your leg, then bring your leg to the side, back and behind, and then to starting position. Forward, to the side, back, and then starting position. Lower your left foot to the earth. Breathe in through your nose, and then breathe out through your nose. Step your right foot back and towards the back edge of your mat. Pivot on your right foot, toes point in, and your heel points out slightly. Sink into your front leg. Your front knee is over your ankle. Pelvis rocks forward, roll your shoulders back, and find a gentle chin tuck. Breathe in, and breathe out to a warrior 2, left arm forward. Turn to look past your left fingertips. As we are here, I invite you to send the breath down to the location of the sacral chakra, perhaps using the image of the orange ball light up and glow on each inhale and exhale. Perhaps turning your attention to the opening in your hips as we work to stretch and strengthen our hips in this posture. All right, on your next breath then, straighten through your front leg as you reach both hands to the sky. Fingertips kiss overhead, look forward. Breathe out to come back to a warrior 2 pose. 2 more rounds. Breathe in, straighten through your leg, and reach. Breathe out to a warrior 2. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Straighten through your front leg, arms remain extended from left to right. Turn your left toes in to face forward. Your feet are roughly under your wrists. Turn your toes in slightly. Find a small bend in your knees and bring your hands to your waistline. Breathe in to draw your elbows back, chest shines forward. Breathe out to hinge forward at your hips, maintaining length in your back body. Stop at the halfway point just to check in. There's an option to release your fingertips to the earth for more support. Before we go any further, I invite you to turn your attention to your feet. Ground down through your heels and press into the outer edges of your feet. Feel that connection to the surface beneath you. There's an option to continue that journey, releasing the crown of your head towards the earth. Breathe in, breathe out. Grab opposite elbows and find a gentle sway from side to side. Eventually, we find stillness. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your hands back to your waistline. Lift up to the halfway point, finding a flat back position. And then rock your pelvis forward to help you rise up. Beautiful. Turn your right toes forward to face now the front edge of your mat. Left toes turn in slightly. Sink into your right leg. Your right knee is over your ankle. Breathe in and breathe out to a warrior two. Right arm is forward this time and turn to look past your right fingertips. Again, consider the role of the sacral chakra as we breathe here and explore warrior two. Breathe in to straighten through your front leg as you send both hands to the sky, fingertips touch overhead, and look up. Breathe out to bend your front leg, finding your warrior two. Breathe in, straighten through your leg and reach. Breathe out to bend. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Turn your right toes in. Hands come back to your waistline. Find a small bend in your knees and hop your feet back together. Breathe in to sweep your hands to the sky. Breathe out to fold. Imagine that your arms are like waves crashing into the shore on the fold. Breathe in to slide your hands to your shins or thighs. Crown of your head reaches forward. Hug your elbows in. Breathe out to fold. Breathe in to float your hands to the sky. Breathe out to fold, moving like water. Breathe in to a halfway lift. Breathe out to fold. Breathe in, hands to the sky. Perhaps you look up. Exhale to fold, hinging at your hips. Breathe in, flat back position. Breathe out to fold. Plant your palms on the earth. Step your feet back to a plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out to a downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out to shift forward to a plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out to lower on to your belly. Breathe in. And then breathe out to press up to all fours. Swing your legs off to one side and make your way to a cross-legged position on your mat. Keep your left foot hugged in and send your right leg out long and on a diagonal to your body. The sole of your left foot connects with your inner right thigh. With your right hand, guide your upper body to face your right leg. Breathe in to sweep your hands to the sky. Breathe out to fold forward. Your upper body sinks closer to your right leg. Fingertips rest on the earth. There's an option to bend your right knee. Breathe in to look forward, and then breathe out to round through your spine, forehead towards your knee. Breathe into the stretch for a few breath cycles. Breathe in, and then breathe out to rise up. Your right foot comes in, and then send your left leg out long. guide your torso to face your left leg. Left toes point to the sky. Snuggle your right foot in. Breathe in to reach your hands up and overhead. Breathe out to fold forward. Again, there is an option to bend your knee. Breathe in to look forward, and then breathe out to round through your spine. Bow your head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly rise up. Come back to a cross-legged seat. Release your right hand to the earth. Breathe in to reach your left hand to the sky, finding length through your left side body. Breathe out to reach over to the right side. Breathe in, and breathe out to come back to center, and then release your left hand to the ground. Breathe in to send your right hand to the sky, and then breathe out to reach over to the left side. Let's keep this action going, so that way our movements feel a little bit more fluid, and perhaps even a bit playful. Feel free to follow my movements, integrating breath to action, or you can just move at your own pace. Wherever you are, do one more round on each side. Wonderful. Come back to center and find stillness. For our final posture, feel free to sit on a yoga block or a folded blanket to lift your hips. Find a cross-legged position, or you can place one leg in front of the other. Breathe in to send both hands to the sky, look up, create space between your hands. Breathe out to clap your hands together, and then draw your hands to your heart space. Bow your head, and feel free to close your eyes. I invite you to take a moment to reflect upon today's practice. Perhaps you take note of how your hips feel. Maybe you consider the role that the sacral chakra plays in our overall well-being. Or maybe you reflect upon how to move like water, both on and off of your mat. This could relate to moving past obstacles, going with the flow, or even rocking the boat to create a much needed change. Consider what you learned from today's practice, and perhaps how you can apply your learnings off of the mat. Or perhaps this was just simply a great workout for you. Either way, it is all good. We are here for a few more moments. Thank you so very much, my dear friend, for being here. It is my hope that this Sacral Chakra Yoga Flow served you well. If you enjoyed this class, kindly subscribe to the channel. It is free to do so. Like the video and also leave a comment. Breathe in and breathe out. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you in the next class. Namaste.